welcome to WhatsOn News. Join us as we delve into the truth behind the student protest in Bangladesh, sparked by deadly violence over a minor issue of job quotas. It trashed the economy, killed version 400 people, ethnic minorities attacked, property looted, cultural icons vandalized. This is Dona. Stay tuned for all this and more. 1. Student speaks. The recent violence over job quotas in Bangladesh challenges its status as a model country. With approximately 30 million unemployed.
আমরা সচরাচর বাংলাদেশের রাজনীতিতে দেখে এসেছি 50 বছর বয়স না হলে নাকি এমপি হওয়া যায় না, 60 ঊর্ধ্ব না হলে নাকি মন্ত্রী হওয়া যায় না। সেই জায়গা থেকে বাংলাদেশ বর্তমান যে তরুণ প্রজন্ম, এই তরুণ প্রজন্মের সাথে ওই চেয়ারগুলোতে যারা বসে থাকেন তাদের বয়সের একটি বিস্তর পার্থক্য থাকে, তাদের মেন্টালিটির একটি বিস্তর পার্থক্য থাকে, চিন্তা ভাবনার একটি বিস্তর পার্থক্য থাকে। আগামীর বাংলাদেশে এই তরুণ প্রজন্মের সাথে আমাদের যারা অভিজ্ঞতা সম্পন্ন রয়েছেন অগ্রজ, তাদের একটি আমাদের কম্বিনেশন প্রয়োজন, যেই কম্বিনেশনটা দেশ গঠনের জন্য খুব বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। তাই আমরা এই অন্তর্বর্তীকালীন সরকারে অবশ্যই আমাদের প্রতিনিধিত্ব নিশ্চিত করব।
Frustration among youth fuels student protests, revealing deeper societal tensions. 2. Fundamentalist. The recent protests initially started by idealistic students. Soon it was hijacked by members of BNP and Jamaat-e-Islami, religious fundamentalist. The fundamentalist group, reportedly receiving funding training from Pakistan's ISI, have aimed to destabilize the government. Even after the government conceding, the protests continued with demand for the resignation of PM Sheikh Hasina, reflecting extremist disguise as students. Bangladesh Ambassador Veena Sikri discusses that the protests are driven by multiple interests beyond just students.
The Chhatra League, the Shibir, the BNP, student being, they all came onto the street, and I think the quota reform movement was completely taken over by the forces of the Shibir and BNP and others. It was no longer an original and pristine quota reform movement.
They emphasized that vested interests took part in orchestrating the protests, indicating a calculated effort to challenge Hasina's authority and force political change in Bangladesh. 3. Army coup. Army Chief Waqar Uzizzaman said in his national broadcast that he would form an interim government. I am taking full responsibility. We will form an interim government. The army's withdrawal of support from Sheikh Hasina marked a significant betrayal during rising unrest. With pressure from right-wing parties like BNP, Western media, Hasina faced escalating protests and violence. Within just days, situation deteriorated, and Awami leaders claimed that the army forced her to resign and flee to India. Army is exacerbating the situation by releasing right-wing terrorists and arresting progressives. As a result, the civil servants, police, politicians has all vanished and law order has collapsed. With army coup d'état, fundamentalists ran amok, arson, looting and attacking cultural heritage, ethnic minorities and progressives, everybody who can escaping the country or gone underground to avoid the military crackdown. The economy is completely shut down, business losing billions relocating for their safety. 4. Regime change. Unveiling the agenda, the revelation of America's interest in establishing a military base in Bay of Bengal has shed light on the deeper geopolitical crisis. They orchestrated claims of corruption, dictatorship, election rigging, coupled with the strategic alliance amongst the elites, military, Yunus, and his American backers, paint a stark picture of a regime change in progress. It's evident that the military and CIA are using the guise of a student protest to capture power and forcefully change the geopolitical landscape to contain China, India. 5. Social engineering. Social media significantly influences the current crisis in Bangladesh, where fake accounts are created to circulate false information about the Awami League. This misinformation gains traction among the public, fueled by foreign media and right-wing parties. In June, Facebook removed 148 Awami League pages while promoting the BNP and Jamaat, spreading false information that contributed to Hasina's fall. Then State Minister MD Arafat warned, if Meta's misconduct isn't stopped, Facebook will be banned in the country. Additionally, social media is full of anti-government cartoons, memes, songs, videos, receiving huge viral boost by Meta YouTube. 6. Interim government. The collapse of law and order in Bangladesh has led to significant damage. Ethnic minorities attacked, and international student fled. Once a Buddhist Hindu country, with Jamit's continuous attacks on Buddhist Hindu communities have resulted in a decrease in the Buddhist to only 3% and Hindu population to only 9% in Bangladesh. Meanwhile, a new interim government led by Muhammad Yunus has taken charge, despite being unelected unconstitutional. We welcome the interim ministers for a corruption-free Bangladesh. WhatsOn values are similar to the students. Ahead of the protest, we produced WhatsOn Bangla Manifesto, fast-forwarding your work. All you have to do is put into action to transform Bangladesh into Sonar Bangla. 7. Exploitation women. In Bangladesh, students are being exploited by the parties and their teachers for political purposes. Teachers are supposed to be impartial, students to be independent and hold authorities' teachers to account. The protesters were mainly men, caused havoc to a woman prime minister and humiliated her in front of the world even after she has resigned. They paraded her blouse, wearing her sherries, take selfies on her bed. Is it any wonder she dashed for her life? 8. Finally, Sam Alam, managing editor of WhatsOn, said,
"The real reason for the fall of the government is its neoliberal policies, which made rich super rich and poor super poor. It's time to abandon neoliberalism in favor of Bangladesh's founding ideals, socialism and secularism, so no one is left behind. This includes creating millions of jobs for youth and through green and tech revolution, eradicating poverty and unemployment, separating religion from the state, equity and inclusiveness at all levels, comprehensive primary education for all, and scale down the army and build a community of police force which serves the people."
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you during the week for more WhatsOn news. Please make sure to subscribe to WhatsOn.
আমি না মানি আইন, আমি না কারো অধীন, যেন আমি শ্রেষ্ঠ, শুধু আমি সঠিক, কেবল আমি সত্য।